The Minnesota Vikings are indeed the best 7-8 team in NFL history. Head up to Wisconsin to take on the Greasy, Grimy Green Bay Packers. Sunday night football. Get some. It's going to be cold. It's going to be frigid. And the Vikings are going to bring it. Invading, just like invading the Northland. Let's go, man. Here are 5 keys for the Vikings to get a win on Sunday night. Key number 1, rattle A-ARON'S bird bones. In Week 11, the Vikings pressured Aaron Rodgers 15 times, sacked him twice. The Packers will still have a very makeshift offensive line in front of the octogenarian. Bakhtiari won't be back. Elton Jenkins and Josh Myers are on injured reserve. And Rodgers is not infallible, man. He's been sacked 27 times this year and has a 64.6 quarterback rating when under pressure. So it's going to be cold. As like, oh, those muscles are cold. Oh, those bones are fragile. It happens, man. So if the Vikings front 7 can get a little bit of pressure on Aaron Rodgers, this is going to be an entirely different ball game. Next up, key number 2 for the Vikings to get a win on Sunday night: contain the best Aaron they have on offense. That's right. Talk about Aaron Jones. Jones missed Week 11 with an MCL sprain. And respect, the former UTEP Miner is one of the best and most versatile dynamic running backs in the National Football League. Vikings have given up 100-plus yards on the ground in their last 5 straight games. Plus, bowling ball A.J. Dillon is a stud as well. Low temperatures mean that both teams will probably want to run the ball. And ironically, the Vikings need to force Rodgers to throw, which, yum time. Next up, key number 3 for the Vikings to get a win on Sunday night: imposed their own will on the ground. And Dalvin is off of COVID and returns to the scene where he put up 4 TDs last season. And weather-wise, the team who runs the ball best is probably going to win the game. And I do like Madison. I love me some Kene Nwangwu, who's dinged up with a hamstring injury, but they're not Dalvin, as we saw in the Rams game. And I think 33's got some nice. He's got a monster game in his pocket for the Packers as he looks to drag the Vikings' ass into the playoffs and get things done. Next up, key number 4 for the Vikings to get a win on Sunday night: double Davante Adams, who is not as good as Justin Jefferson. Even though it will be cold as ice and Rodgers' bowels will be deflated, even though he likes them inflated, they will force feed the ball to number 17. And the Vikings failed spectacularly against Cooper Kupp last week. And Adams only plays about 30% of his snaps from the slot, but I think you could see a massive increase in that as a 12-year-old boy sees, oh, the Vikings, they're horrible against Cooper Kupp in the slot, and it could be a way to get 17 away from press coverage. And they need to bracket him. Like, no matter where he goes, he gets contacted, he gets doubled. Cameron Bynum in the slot, not Malcolm Alexander, who's been struggling mightily this season, or even Harrison Hand. I don't really care. But, yeah, get a body on 17, contact him off the line, and he faces 2 defenders no matter what. If Alan Lazar beats you, I don't care. I do not care at all. Lastly, key number 5 for the Vikings to get a win on Sunday, besides stopping Kenny Clark. I mean, Bradbury one time. But key number 5, manufacture JJ some touches. Because even with the weather, Justin Jefferson needs to touch the ball 12 times for the Vikings to win the game. That's no cap. And bubble screens, tunnel screens, reverses, jet sweeps, routes out of the backfield. 18 needs to stay in the picture, even though the Vikings probably not going to throw a ton on Sunday night. Packers might get Jar back, but probably not. Eric Stokes, the speedy rookie from Georgia, is pretty damn legit. Rasul Douglas, head of the League of Shadows, has been surprisingly solid this season as well. Kevin King is on COVID, which sucks for the Vikings. And Cousins needs to stop making mistakes, man. The last 2 games, ever since he dinged up his ribs against the Bears, he hasn't looked great. And also, he should have had 3 interceptions last time against the Packers. Darnell Savage, for that we thank you. And Kubiak needs to get Cousins some early high percentage throws to get that confidence up, get to ball to JJ, get it to KJ, and make sure that they can't creep 8 in the box to try and stop Dalvin Cook. Final score predictions. This is going to be like an old school NFC Central slobber knocker type game, like the black and blue division. This will certainly live up to that billing. I do think that Dalvin grinds out a $125 total yards from scrimmage. I think Cousins makes enough throws. They keep the chains moving. They keep Aaron Rodgers off the field, and that heat gets after Rodgers' ass. I'm calling a sack and a half from DJ Wadham. I'm calling a sack from Michael Pierce and a sack and a half from Armand for Watts as well. Give me Vikings 16, Packers 6 in a game so ugly only a mother could love it. But hey, a win is a win, and then take care of the Bears at home, and then you're going to have the best chance to make the playoffs, and whatever happens, happens. I mean, if the Eagles win out, that's fine. If the Niners win out, that's fine, but the Vikings gave it everything that they could, and you're going to beat your 2 division rivals heading out of the season. But your thoughts are thoughts. What are your keys for the Vikings to get a win over the Packers on Sunday? And don't say volcano or meteor or act of God. Don't say that. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skull Production Value.